Yeah, today we are going to learn about a timer, how to connect a timer on the lamp, and how, because we need this lamp to work automatically by the use of a timer. So here we are going to start by studying our sketch, wiring diagram. So this is how the power is going to move. The supply is going to come from here to the circuit breaker, and then from the circuit breaker, our live terminal, it's going to connect with the live terminal of our timer. So this is our timer, and these are our circuit breakers, and the circuit breakers that are sitting on, it's called a DIN rail. So on connecting, as you are seeing our wiring diagram, the live terminal from the power source, the incoming power goes to the live terminal of the circuit breaker, and the neutral, you're going to get it from the supply. So a live to the live of the timer, then neutral to the neutral of the timer. These are indicated live, L and N, on a symbol M, meaning that it's a motor, as you see on our timer here, as it is indicated. Yes. And then after that, we're going to loop the power from L1 from L to 2, as it is indicated on our timer here, L, and loop it with 2. So 1 is going to be connected to the live terminal of a lamp. Yes. And then neutral, we are going to pick it from N, the incoming neutral from the circuit breaker. So here we start our connections. So this is a screwdriver and this is a tester. You're all going to use these tools as you are connecting. And these are called cable ties. These are called cable ties for fastening these cables to make our work smart. So we're going to start by connecting the live terminal to the live of a timer. As you're connecting, everything has to be tightened firm to avoid loose connections. So as we said, that when you are connecting this power from the timer, it has to be looped to terminal 2, and this is how it is supposed to be done. And this is terminal 2. Everything has to be tightened firmly. So after connecting the power, now we are going to loop the neutral. So the neutral from this end, from the supply, and neutral we connect it to N, indicating neutral on the timer. So after that, we need to connect the live and neutral terminals of the load which is the lamp, and as it is mounted here. Yes. So we are going to connect our live and neutral. So the neutral that we are going to use, it's coming from the timer connected to the load. So this is the cable that we're going to use. So now we are going to connect the live and neutral of the load of our lamp. So we are going to use this connector to connect these cables on the lamp and the timer. So our red for it is indicating the live wire. So this live wire, it is going to be connected to point 1 on the timer. That's why we are going to connect our live terminal. So as I told you, everything has to be firmly the DIN rail. So these are the cables, live and neutral, that we're going to connect to the lamp. So we're going to use this connector, live to live and neutral to neutral. And this is how we insert it. You press and then you connect in the cable. Also here you first press and then you insert it in. Yes, and make sure that the cable is firmly in the connector. So as I told you that these terminals, if live was this end, so you need to connect the live terminal to live and neutral to neutral. So here we connect. Yes, now we are done with connecting the load and the timer. So we are remaining with the supply. The supply whereby we're going to get our supply, we're going to get it from the socket. But before, these cables, they have to be laid properly. So these cables, we're going to tie them with a cable tie. This is called a cable tie. These are cable ties. So after that, for the work to look neat, we need to chop off these ones that are exceeding through. Yes. So we need to get the power. These are our cables. We are going to connect the live and neutral on the circuit breakers, the main supply. So this is our live and this is our neutral. So you need to make sure that it's tightened firmly. So we also connect our neutral. Yes. Now these cables, they are the ones that are going to give us the supply from our socket. As we said, that our cables, we need to tie them for smartness using these cable ties. After that, we chop off these ones that are exceeding. So after connecting all that, we need to set our timer. So here we go on setting. This is our timer. So we have a symbol for a timer and I meaning that when you press this, into I, meaning that the timer it is going to connect to work manually. So when you shift it up, meaning that the lamp is going to work automatically, but then it works after you being set that, after finishing to set a timer. So we need to set the timer, but on setting it, you need to first shift this to 1. So here we go. So we need our timer to work from, for example, if this lamp is working night hours, we say that if I need my lamp to switch on from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning, here we go on a timer. So on setting this timer, we use the 24-hour system. So you scroll down till when you get to 18. Okay. So these points, we have these points. When you put them inside, that means that it is on. So when you shift them out, meaning that it is normally open. When you take them in, it means that it is normally closed. So we want our timer to work from 6 p.m., meaning that this last point, it's the one that we are going to shift inside. So this is the starting point of the timer to work, and I want this timer to stop at, for example, at 7. I want it to stop at 7 a.m. So meaning that these points, I need to put them inside to close till 7. So that closed point, it is indicating that the timer is working from where we started from closing, which was 6 p.m. and it is stopping at 7. So, and these ones that we had not closed, meaning that for them they are normally open. So as you're setting this timer for it to work automatically, there is this point, this one. For it, you set it on the time that is indicating on the clock at that particular time. So at this time, for example, let's say it's 3:15. So after setting that, so we need to see whether our timer is working automatically or manually. But after setting the timer, you need to shift this up, that terminal up, in this symbol which indicates a timer, meaning that it is going to work automatically. So we will give our power, yes, and then we are going to move this timer to see whether our timer is going to work automatically in the preset time, the one that we had set. Remember, we had set from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. That's how it is shown. Now it is giving light, meaning that when this timer moves to 18, which is 6 p.m., the light will be given out. The light will be given out. Yes. Okay. Thank you for watching. Yes, this is how it shows, and light is being given out. That is how they set a timer, and it will move off when the timer clocks to 7. As you move on our timer, yes, it's off. It has clocked 7 a.m. in the morning. Then the light switched off itself automatically. That's the work of the timer. Thank you so much. Thank you, our dear friends. This is dailylifefr.com. Please subscribe.